Welcome back, chaps. This is episode 17 of my Leeds United story. A few updates to give you, mainly the epic run of form I'm on in the league. When you was last here, we lost 2-1 to Manchester United in the league. Since then, I played the second leg of the Champions Cup best placed playoff against Juventus and totally destroyed them, really, which Kuki getting a hat-trick, Fletcher 2, Kalido 1 and Boros 1, with Mandzukic and Zaza getting 2 back for Juventus, which that put us through to the group stages, which, if you can see our group, with Paris Saint-Germain, Real Madrid and Dynamo Kiev, which, as you all agree, that is quite a tough group. However, it's not going too badly in the group, but anyway, we had a league game against Newcastle after the Juventus game, which we won 3-1. Fletcher getting 2 and Kalido getting 1. And then something a little unorthodox. There was 14 days with no game, and I had a lot of players that were lacking match fitness. So I decided to play a friendly against Hibernian, which, if you can look at the team, it's not a weak team, don't get me wrong, but Lee Sawyer, Lewis Baker, Christopher Miller, and then some of the lads on the bench, Terry Hancock, Chugui, Martinez, Lynch. They're youth players, with the exception of Lewis Baker, are very, very fringe players. So I just wanted to get them a run out, so that's why we did that. We won 4-1 in the end. Cook, Sawyer, Fletcher and Kalido with the goals. And then we played in the Premier Division, which we drew 3-3 with Middlesbrough, which at the time they were sitting rock bottom of the table, which is a bit of, to say some of the other results we've won, I always seem to lose against the lesser teams, but after doing a bit of research on that, I've sort of discovered why, and I've put some tactical adjustments in place during certain games, and it seems to be doing me alright. But if you can look, it was 1-0 to them, 1-1, 2-1 to us, 2-2, 3-2 to them, and then we got a penalty in the very last minute of stoppage time, which was nice. And then on to our first group game of the Champions League, where we beat Dynamo Kiev 3-1. They scored an own goal, Cookie and Kalidio, and Andrei Yarmolenko scoring for the away side. And then we went to play the home game at Stoke, which I think I changed it up a little bit for that game, with the midfield Gustafsson, Cook, Ronaldo Vieira. And then we won that 4-0. Kalido 2, Boros and Cook. And then we had our League Cup game against Wolves, which I did completely change the team. There's a lot of youngsters in that team. I tried to bring on some of the first teamers towards the end to try and turn the result around, but too little too late. We lost 2-0 to Championship Wolves, which is by no means a bit embarrassing to go out that way, but it saves me with the congestion of fixtures like we had last season, causing loads of injuries, and we only just scraped 4th in the league. Whereas this time my aim is to challenge for the Premier League. So really, it was always going to be a cup for the youth players. They've just sort of shot themselves in the foot because they now have one less cup to play in. And then we went to play the team that was top of the league, Man City. I changed my tactics for this game. I played 4 at the back, 1 in front, 3, and then 2 up front instead of the 3 up front in this one. I didn't play on the counter, I just played control and standard. And Kalidio had the game of his life, which we had. He scored 3, Kuki and Baker got 1, which means we beat Man City 5-1. Slightly unheard of. And then we went to play away at the Bernabeu, and we went 1-0 up after 41 minutes with Sergio Ramos scoring an own goal. I was going a little bit mad at this point. It was a bit of a blinding result. Then Gareth Bale equalised, but before the game kicked off, I would have took a draw. I would have took a loss that wasn't a pasting, in all fairness. So the point in the group table was good enough for me. And then we went to Leicester, sitting mid-table, and then this dickhead, Simon Gustafsson, I haven't given him a game since this. I don't intend to give him a game for a while. He got sent off for a two-footed lunge after 21 minutes, so he played the majority of the game with 10 men, got dominated, and then stole a goal right at the end, which, to be fair, I was absolutely raging, but then the rest of the results in the league did go our way. The other teams at the top lost. So a point was better than nothing, considering we had a dickhead sent off after 20 minutes. And then we played Norwich. Norwich is one of my bogey teams. Always has been, probably always will be. And we was 1-0 up after 25 seconds. And we was actually 5-0 up, and I brought on 3 subs of 3 young lads. Sawyer, Boras is young, but he's the first team player. And Terry Hancock. And then obviously that was, I think I changed all 3 of them to play in centre midfield, and they got the run of midfield and they pulled 2 goals back, but it didn't really matter. So anyway, that brings you up to date with where we're at. If we look at the competition, we are currently top of the Premier League with 20 points, beating Man United on goal difference. We're out of the EFL Cup. English FA Cup, we're in the 3rd round. The draw hasn't been done yet, I don't believe. And then we're 2nd behind Paris Saint-Germain in the European Cup. But we should be beating Dynamo Kiev twice. Real Madrid, if I can nick another point against them or win, that'll definitely put us in 2nd place. But if I can get a result against Dynamo Kiev, that'll be Dynamo Kiev, Paris Saint-Germain. That'll be absolutely banging, and that'll put us well on our way. So the team I'm off with is the same one I played against Real Madrid. It's 4-1-3-2. Ronaldo Vieira does all the tackling and all the defending, and then these 3 just put themselves about, and the sort of players they play as a front 3: Asenzo, Collini, and Cookie, and then these 2 just fill in the gaps. I'd prefer to have Lewis Cook there, but Lewis Cook is actually injured. I don't know if I showed you this guy. I got him on loan from Barcelona for the season. He had some good playmaking skills, but then I realised I got him stupidly on loan as a replacement for Wanyama. But I only have his tackling is 8. And then if you look at Asensio, tackling 8. Telemans, tackling 8. Are you noticing a pattern here? Followers. So the majority of them, Gustafsson tackling 9. They're all attacking. There's no one that's defensive. There's Ronaldo Vieira tackling 13. He's completely underrated on this game, in my opinion. His stats do not reflect the work he does. And then Lewis Cook tackling 15. So them 2. My defensive ones usually I have Ronaldo Vieira on this side, Cook on this side, and then either Asensio or Talisman in the middle. So this one I'm had to drop him deep, play 3. Hopefully numbers can swamp him out, pick up the interceptions, hound the players for the ball, change him to a deep line playmaker on defend as well. So fingers crossed we should get a result, but I'm going to, with the beautiful world of editing, I'm going to pause here, and then when we come back we will be at the game. So I'll see you in 2. And here we are in the Champions League game, Leeds versus Paris Saint-Germain. This is the lineup. I've got Ariel in goal, Mings, Arazu, Mamana and Pizarro at the back. I've dropped one of the strikers to be a defensive midfielder. Ronaldo Vieira is playing there. He's got the best tackling of the 3, and then these 3 are quite attacking. We've set them to deep line playmakers to try and protect the back 4 a little bit, and then we've gone with Kalido and Kuki, who are both completely on fire up front. I've switched to control and structured to sort of keep the team's shape a little bit. The last thing I want is a complete pasting and going down to goal difference. So we'll go forward into the game. Taking forever. There we go. So look at the forward. We're completely the complete underdogs, but Di Maria, De Bruyne, Isco, as the best goalkeeper on the game. Allegedly. Pick up where they left off. They've drawn with Real Madrid, so we'll see how they go. Obviously no one's expecting us to come out of this group in the slightest, so anything is better than nothing. And we're off. Real Madrid, not Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain kicking off. I'll be happy with a point or a narrow loss, but I've got a feeling the way they turned over Real Madrid, they're not going to have any problems turning me over, are they really? They shouldn't. The amount of money they've spent, the amount of money. I've spent a fair bit of money, but well, beating them on chances, beating them on possession, so you never know. I'm not sure if the less key highlights, the better, really. I'd like a highlight. No, to me. I'd like a highlight to me. Break, break. Close him down, close him down. Oh, go on, get in. Had to be, didn't it? Had to be. Not too bad. I'm trying to be more positive in my commentary and the way I talk about my team. I watch a few other YouTube stories and watch other people, and I watch the one, and he's got to be the most negative person in the world. Players never do outright. Expecting them to win games that they're clearly never going to win. I'd like it if we put up a little bit more of a fight than this, though, boys. I sometimes think that while Cookie and Kalidio have got all the skill in the world and scoring lots of goals, if they come up against a rough ass centre back, they're not the greatest. Oh, De Bruyne. Oh, that was a wonderful goal. That's a good goal. I will give them that one. I'm going to tell them need more than that, or they're going to get their asses handed to them. I don't want to go defensive, but I don't want to get destroyed. That's the main thing. But it's a learning game. If I can sneak a win against Real Madrid, beat Dynamo Kiev again, I'll go through second, I do believe. Which, as long as I go through, I'll be happy. I think I was meant to reach the knockout stages, but obviously the board didn't expect me to get the group of death when they predicted that. So it's Mings going forward. Asensio with a long ball. Why are we playing long balls? The last thing I want them to do. Centre backs are massive. Oh, we're not going to beat this guy. Unreal. I can't believe they've got. Then again, I can. The money. Well done, Arazu. Talisman. Is this the one? Is this the one? Kooky. Get running. Get running. No, it's not the one. Shoots from 100 yards out. I'm full of cold, in case you didn't know, so excuse the snivelling. I've done about 800 hours at work, and my immune system is sort of in the bin. Here we go, corner. Oh! How did he save that? Thunderous volley. Hit this man on the edge of the area here. Hit Talisman, hit Talisman. Ah, I could have done with a penalty there. Let's make some subs. Kalidio off, get Fletcher on. Do I risk Cook? I'm going to risk Cook. And Baker. A bit more English aggression. I don't think 2-0 is a bad result. He's had a good game. That Carlos Alenia, on loan from Barcelona, he's definitely got a little bit about him. Not very good in the tackle though. 18 shots I've had. I haven't even had a highlight of us having a shot apart from one with Cookie. You better get there, mister. How did you not get there? Better not be Arborardi. Oh, that's awful. That's awful defending. There's about 40 of you in there. Right, better get the ball out. 18 4 on target. That's the problem. Not getting them on target. I think the game is definitely lost. I'd like to pull one back. Pull one back, not concede one. Come on. Awful. Oh my god. I know I was trying to be positive, but Jesus Christ. So into the last few minutes here. Last few seconds really. This has got to be the last highlight of the game. And there it is, 3-0. Last goal was a bit stupid. I do think Arazu is slowly getting past it. I'm not pleased. He's a dickhead in. I'm not pleased with that last goal, but Real Madrid are on 4 points now. They're on 9. They're definitely through. So I've got to beat Real Madrid or get something from Paris Saint-Germain in the last game. The next game in this cup is against them. So anyway, we will see what will happen. Hopefully we're going to go through. Although if we play like that bloody last game, then I doubt it. We are still top of the division on goal difference against Man United, 1 point above Liverpool, 3 points above Man City and Tottenham. Got Hull to play next. It should be a comfortable win, but we never say anything. And then we've got Paris Saint-Germain, Dynamo Kiev, and then the decider against Real Madrid. I might come back to you for the Real Madrid decider. I might come back before then, hopefully. But anyway, if you like what you see, give you a like. Any comments? I am desperate for another midfielder with another central midfielder that a defending element. I don't want a defensive midfielder because I don't play with one, but I need a defending midfielder, like a ball winning midfielder or box to box midfielder, that sort of player, not an advanced playmaker. That's all I seem to have at the minute. Well, if you've got any suggestions, leave me a comment. If you're new, then subscribe. And anyway, I've got to go back to work now, so I will see you soon. Bye.